the Blue Jays today. Today, guys, we're going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking baseball. And most importantly, we are going to be ranking people based on their worth.
That's what we do here.
That's what we do here, baby. How valuable are you? We have a tier. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking at all the potential free agents that are still freaking well remaining. If you like this content, hit the like, hit the subscribe, comment down below, do the whole shebang, bro.
Absolutely. And obviously, guys, there has been no progress in the CBA, so that's why we got to come out with stuff for fun.
Yeah, man.
It's fun stuff now.
Exactly. It's fucking fun stuff. I got a fun beer. We got a fun computer here. We got a fun tier maker. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, guys. It's going to be a good freaking time, dude. Let's pull up our tier maker.
Yes,
right
sir.
Here.
All right.
And wow, those are a lot of guys there.
There's a lot of guys.
There's a lot of boys.
For what we have here, obviously, we can't do every single free agent, or that will be a long time.
Yeah, you work tomorrow.
I know.
You're not going to be going to work if we're doing every single bloody free agent.
Exactly. So, obviously, right now, all we have are the top guys. The top guys that Sport Rack, their top guys when Sport Rack is projecting how much they're going to make.
Yeah.
So, we have
also,
all those guys.
I know they're a top guy because they're a top bloody guy in the MLB. I want them on my team.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are all the freaking top guys. So, when you look at are you looking to make it full screen?
Yeah, how do you make this full screen right now?
Go up. I think there's God damn it, how do you do it?
How do you do it?
We did it last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's this?
What's that? I don't think that's how it works.
No.
How do you make it full screen, damn it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Meanwhile, I'm going to answer this question from Brandon McDonald. Question, do you think it's possible for the Jays to ever let Vlad and Bo get to free agency? I feel like Rogers will definitely ensure to have the money for those two studs. It's definitely possible. I hope it doesn't happen, but it is possible. And there we go. We figured it out, guys. We have figured out how to get there. So, we have multiple tiers right here. We have the superstar. We have the all-star. I guess I'll just explain them very quickly. Superstar, we understand what a superstar is. There's a big name. He's going to get paid the big bucks. He deserves the big bucks. And he will probably be an all-star for multiple of the years that you have him on the contract, or at least that is what the hope. An all-star, I almost want to put like a question mark next to it because it's like all-star, like, could this guy be an all-star? He's definitely got potential. He's going to be like a solid player on your team.
Great player,
you know. If you sign him to like a 4-year deal, maybe he's an all-star one of the years, maybe twice if you get really lucky, you'll get a quality guy there. Everyday player, it's your run-of-the-mill MLB player. It's that's pretty much as average as you can bloody get. Dart throw, we're dealing with injuries. We do have upside. Maybe we could even be the all-star category if we didn't have all these other problems going on with us right now. And, we are going to throw a dart there. We're going to take the chance on you. And piece of trash, fire is pretty bloody self-explanatory. You are a piece of trash fire.
Yeah, there shouldn't be too many of these pieces of trash fire
Not
here.
on this list.
Not on this list. But there might be. Who knows?
There might be one or two. Who freaking knows, baby?
All right, well, speaking of this list, and if we're going to find out if anyone's trash fire, let's start with our first guy, Kyle Seager.
Kyle Seager, baby.
All right, well, Kyle Seager, we want to remind everybody what the numbers are here. So we got also Baseball Reference right now.
And also, you guys, vote in the chat as well. Maybe once or twice I'll toss in a little poll there so you guys can vote, but let us know in the chat what you think about these dudes, where they belong on the tier list.
So if we're looking at Kyle Seager right now, obviously he's his whole career has been like obviously look right here, 763 OPS. Yeah. Last year a little bit lower, but still not horrible, 788. This guy at age 33, looks like he's 34 now.
34 years old now.
Honestly, he for me can be a guy that like you could fill in. You're not expecting an impact. You're not expecting an all-star.
No.
He might be an everyday player in my mind.
I mean, I frankly think it's like, I do think that that's probably where Kyle Seager belongs. It's like you could even make an argument for dart throw because he had a down year last year, but I still think that I look at Kyle Seager. You're not going to sign Kyle Seager and not expect him to play his position for the season. You know, it's like you expect this guy to be at his position for the whole year, and like the last 3 years have been pretty good. So
and
or like 2 years before that.
If you look at this too, it's like at most I'm not expecting him to be like 2016.
We're too far removed.
That's all-star year.
We're too far removed.
But I'm expecting him like maybe at best he can get back to like a 789, like a higher 700.
Yes.
So for me, that's like. He's an everyday player. He's an everyday player you want to sign.
Yeah, I agree. You know, but it's honestly like I could expect. I think like if I had to give an OPS for Kyle Seager, I'd say anywhere between like what he did last year and then the year before that.
Hey, look, projection, he's supposed to be a 728.
Yeah, I mean, and, like that's kind of an everyday kind of player. Yeah, I hope that's his floor.
I hope so.
If he does lower than that, then we're getting into dart throw territory. Nelson Cruz.
Nelson
the big
Cruz.
freaking smacky boy.
Oh, buddy.
Also, too, Davey Boy's decent RBIs and defense. That's something we didn't even talk about with Kyle Seager, but he does have some good freaking defensive capabilities.
Everyday player. You're not going to be sad to have this guy in your lineup.
Yeah. Nelson Cruz, on the other hand, has zero defense capabilities because he does not play defense. He is a DH. That is exactly what you're getting out of him. But, man, I do think he is a bloody good DH when it comes to the DH role.
Oh, we got a donation.
No, from Sean. Thank you, Sean. $1 donation. We really appreciate that, my friend.
Thank you, Sean.
What do you think about Nelson freaking Cruz?
Yeah, I mean, I love Nelson Cruz, obviously. I mean, he is, obviously he's older. He's 41. He can only play in the AL because he can't really play in the field anymore. But if you look at this last year, too, I mean, this is a downer. This is more of a down year for Nelson Cruz, what we've been used to in the past couple years, but still good. So, for me, honestly, I could say that Nelson Cruz is like borderline all-star.
I think that he's exactly an all-star actually because when you factor in you're signing him to be a DH. You're signing him to be a DH. You're signing him to mash. I have no reservations that Nelson Cruz will not mash.
Especially if he plays in the AL. Like the only guy you're competing for that all-star starting spot is going to be like Shohei Ohtani.
Yes. I do think that Nelson Cruz is an all-star. He's he is a solid DH. You'll be very happy with him, assuming you're walking into that signing knowing that he's going to be a freaking DH.
And also, there's a question. We didn't even talk about it for Kyle Seager, but like, where is Cruz going to even go? Like, he's got to go to the AL, but like, it's so tough to like even guess.
Yeah, well, he might not need to go to the AL if the NL decides that they're doing the whole DH thing. If they decide that in the CBA, I know a lot of people are talking like assuming like this is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen for sure, but I mean, as of right now, I do hope so. I think that will really impact the. You think that's going to be a big disadvantage for the NL all at once? Because they haven't, their teams aren't constructed with the DH in mind?
Maybe yes, maybe no. I mean, I think it's only going to be an advantage for them moving forward. Right. So, I mean, no, I think it's going to be pretty good. I think it's going to be pretty good for them.
I think somewhere in the AL. I'm not exactly sure where Nelson Cruz is going to go. But Kyle Schwarber is the next dude on our freaking list right here, baby.
And if we look at Kyle Schwarber, I like Kyle Schwarber. He's got pop. We're looked at like Nelson Cruz, like he
had
pop.
A really good year last year. But didn't he get hurt though?
He did get hurt when he got traded to Boston.
Right,
so
yes. Right. But those career numbers.
Look at this, man. This guy.
Career numbers.
And what's great is that this guy's literally still 28 years old, and honestly, he's really popping off.
He's getting better.
He's
getting better. Off. I mean, like we can write off that 2020 year. Yeah. We've written off a lot of 2020 years.
Look at that.
But yeah, when you look at all those seasons there. Now, I will be honest, the batting average isn't really there. Yeah. But again, it's like
266 isn't bad for a guy.
266 is probably his best year. I think
it's good. Yeah, it's good for a slugger, and it is his best year.
Yeah, that's his best year for sure. I don't know if you could walk in expecting 266. No. But it's like probably like I would say like you want like 245 out of him with 30 plus bombs, and I feel like that's a reasonable expectation if you're signing him.
And I think with that being said, like a guy of his caliber, I think he's also an all-star.
I agree. I do think that Kyle Schwarber is an all-star. Yeah, for sure. And like you said, he's 28. He's getting better as time goes on. He could have a season with 40 bombs in there. Like you sign him to a 5-year contract. Yeah, I could totally see like 2 or maybe 3 of those years with 30 plus, and maybe even one of those years with 40 bombs or something. So yeah, Kyle Schwarber, you're an all-star.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Another guy on this list, Kenley Jansen. We're moving over to pitchers right now. And Kenley Jansen, to some people don't like Kenley Jansen. They think he's unreliable. He's getting up there in age. He's 34 years old.
Right.
But if we look at it, his FIP is at really nice 308,
it's a good
303, 348.
Yeah.
ERA has even been lower. It's been the lowest that it's been in
a while.
Literally in a while.
Yeah.
And he has been an all-star. He has been an all-star.
He has been an all-star, and I do anticipate if you're getting Kenley Jansen, like you're locking him in there as your closer, guys. He's going to be your numero uno. He will save games for you, and I don't know, like worst case scenario for Kenley Jansen. I mean, I guess closers are so volatile, like they could totally blow up. But I mean, I don't really see that happening to him next year. Like, I think maybe worst possible case scenario is a 3.5 ERA, and that's and we're talking worst possible case scenario here. Like best case scenario, he repeats what he did last year. Probably you're looking at a guy with like a 2.8 ERA if we average those two things out. So still very, very good. Is he an all-star or an everyday player for you? I don't think he's a superstar.
No, I don't think he's a superstar, but like I do think he has potential. Like if he does exactly what we're expecting him to do, he should be an all-star next year, closing out a lot of games, racking up a lot of saves. He has the potential to drop to an everyday just reliever kind of role if he's not racking up the saves, if he's not putting in the low 2 ERA. But for right now, Kenley Jansen, in my mind, is an all-star.
Yeah, I agree.
I put him like right on the borderline.
Yeah. Toss him in the all-star there for sure, buddy. Toss him in the all-star there for sure. Yeah, exactly. It's like the thing is with closers, their leashes are a lot shorter than other players. It's like he could drop to like dart throw after this season, whereas like I don't know if you can say that for other guys. It's like he could drop the piece of trash fire for all we know. Yeah, that's how short leashes are.
You have one bad season as a reliever,
you're gone. You're done now. So Kenley Jansen all-star. Zach Greinke. This one's interesting, bro. This one's really interesting because my initial thought when I think of Zach Greinke, is actually dart throw. Yeah. And that's just based off of the injuries that's going on with him, with the way that he finished last year, with his age. Although I don't know if that's wrong. You think that's wrong?
No. I'm following you here because look, 416. His FIP was at 471. That is so high. We haven't seen that high of a FIP in a long time.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. For me, because of the injuries too, he's a bit of the dart thrower, especially with the age. Like, yes, I think Zach Greinke can be an everyday pitcher.
Totally.
You know what I mean? But like, in a way, like, I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I feel wrong saying it's going to be a dart throw because I'm expecting at least like a 4 ERA. But it is getting older. He is getting older.
I think, honestly, Zach Greinke's a dart throw now, man.
I think he's a high-end dart throw.
He's a dart throw for sure. And, again, he actually has potential to be an all-star. Zach Greinke, you can never write that off for him. I think that he has potential where it's like next season, he could just as easily bounce it back, toss a low 3, lots of innings. He's an all-star again. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I feel like just as likely he could throw up a 5 ERA, be injured the whole time, and like now it's the end of his career. And for that reason, I think we got a good dart throw.
Yeah, I agree. And now this guy Andrew McCutchen. You remember Andrew McCutchen?
Holy.
Now, this guy was actually, there was some rumors, and he's actually denied it, that he was going to return.
Retire?
No, return to the Pirates for his final stint.
Don't do that,
but hey, he was an all-star with the Pirates. Maybe he goes.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But look at this. Look at his OPS. He played 144 games. OPS is 778, 757.
He played 144
games, last year. This guy played.
Okay.
This guy played. No.
I was disrespecting him for a second there.
It's because the age. You just assume, and like he's on the Phillies, and like not much is there. But no, sure. he was solid. But the Phillies cut him. For me, he's still an everyday player for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What do you like if you're make the argument for a dart throw? It's like, what are you throwing the dart at? Like the hope that he becomes an everyday player?
Yeah. I think the problem here with McCutchen is at this age, and this could be disrespect. I don't know how much upside he has anymore.
No,
I think that I think you're hoping that he's an everyday player. But I also think you're risking a bust if you sign him. But you're right. Like I do look at those numbers and I go, well, I don't want to say that you're a dart throw.
No, you're right.
Because you still had a 778 OPS last year.
But here's another argument I can make for dart throw is that he was injured a lot in 2019. You can write off 2020. He actually played most of the games, but he was pretty healthy in 2021. But it's the numbers.
Yeah, it's very close, guys. It's very close. This is like such a borderline dart throw everyday player for me. Maybe like top of dart throw.
Okay, I'll put him at
maybe
top.
We'll move him afterwards.
Yeah, we'll see how it looks like. Top of dart throw, because I don't know how much is left in the tank for him, to be honest, but we'll see. Now this guy, Kikuchi, that the Jays have been rumored around, we actually made a podcast on him, guys. And Kikuchi, as we know, was in the Japan League, an absolute star. He had like a sub-3 ERA, but since coming to the majors, he hasn't done much. A really ugly FIP of 4.93, and an ERA that's almost not 5, excuse me. But this guy, to me, is a dart throw because of the potential that he had in Japan at age 30.
Oh, man.
But he's a low-end dart throw.
This is a problem, because like I'm looking at the list and I'm just like, well, if anyone's gonna be piece of trash fire,
I know.
Is it this guy? But the thing is, I also look at him and I go, well, you're a dart throw.
He is a dart throw.
But like he actually hasn't done anything good in his career.
Other than being in the Japan League. He had a great career in Japan.
Yes. But in the major leagues, it's like he hasn't... Like, his best year was, like, 4.41. But you're right. Like, I do look at him as a dart throw.
Because it's somewhat getting better.
Right,
It's like, maybe this is the year where he pitches for a 4.
Like, he's never had a winning record. He's never had a winning record.
Well, he was also in Seattle, but actually Seattle was good last year.
Yeah,
but he was just bad.
And I get win-loss is nothing, but it's like you look like when you've never had one, it's like
For me, I would put him at the lowest end of dart throws.
Okay. We'll throw him there, and if nobody else is worse, I want to put him in trash.
All right, that works. Our next guy is Danny Duffy. Danny Duffy. Now, this guy was traded last year off of the Kansas City Royals over to the LA.
He was having a decent year last year. Like, honestly, a breakout for Danny Duffy, dude.
This was, dude. Look at that, 2.51.
But wait a second. Only 61 innings. He must have gotten injured, and I forgot about that.
I think he got injured. Oh, right, because they traded him to the Dodgers, and he actually never played. Look at it. He never played a single game.
He died.
He literally never played a single game.
He never played. That's absolutely right.
But if you look at his career, he was actually solid here in this stretch, and then it started getting worse.
Like 2 or 3 years of... It looked like 2018, 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
We fell off.
Yeah.
And then we got back, but then we got injured. Oof. This is a tricky one, folks.
Yeah, because like if you put him in the rotation, career ERA of 3.95.
Like, what do you actually expect out of Danny Duffy?
A 4.
You know,
I'm expecting a 4.
Yes,
somewhere around a 4.
Yeah, I'm probably like I sign you, and I'm expecting like maybe 150 innings and a 4. But I do also see the reality here where you come back. You're injured. You don't play that much. You throw up like a 5.5. We send you down. Like I see that reality.
Yeah, like
I think that's closer than going back to 2.5 ERA. In my opinion.
Yeah. I think the bust is much more
likely than getting back to what you just did.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's got to be dart, dude.
Yeah,
it has to be.
I would throw a dart. Yeah, and I only expect him to sign like a 1 year. Like you can't really expect.
No.
Can you really expect? I mean, like, yeah, he was great. He was pretty solid.
But it's only 61 innings.
Only 61 innings, and you haven't done it in many years.
No. Dart, I think it has to be.
All right, I'd put him on a higher-end dart. What do you think?
Yes, higher-end dart.
Yeah, because he was actually doing it before the injury.
Yeah, because if honestly, if the injury wasn't there, then I'd say everyday player. You know, like you're locked in everyday player, but yeah, the injury is there. Jorge Solis.
All right,
this guy was on our underrated list for free agents, and he is definitely underrated in our opinion.
Yeah, I mean, look at 2021. Like, OPS was good, but when he got traded to Atlanta, he popped off at 882 right there.
Popped off, and in the playoffs, he was good. Yep. You know, in the past 3 years, it's been solid. The career is hovering around that 800 OPS mark. The batting average, not going to be there. It's basically it's home runs for Jorge Soler.
I think for me, if you're signing Jorge Soler, I get he has actually never been an all-star. But for me, it's like he's a top-end everyday player.
I agree. That's exactly what I was going to say, dude. You know, like you get him, you expect him to play every single day. Yeah. He has upside of being, an all-star. Yeah. However, I also see the reality where maybe he pulls a freaking Chris Davis and we're just trash now and the dingers aren't coming. And if the dingers aren't coming, then we're really not that good of a player anymore. But realistically, I see him falling in the everyday player.
Yeah, I'm expecting him kind of like Kyle Schwarber in the sense where low batting average, high slugging, high OPS, and homers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas, I think Kyle Schwarber, though,
he's got more upside.
He's more upside.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with
that. Yeah. Don't know why. I just feel it.
Well, he had like a 930 OPS last year. That's why.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why.
Now his teammate for the World Series, World Series champs, Eddie Rosario.
Eddie Rosario, interesting dude. How the heck has he been doing recently, man? I forget about Eddie Rosario sometimes.
All the time.
And that's why 30, I forget.
30 years old.
He was just like a meh. Like a meh.
Yeah, when he got traded to Atlanta, 903 OPS.
Wow, they made some good damn trades, man. Atlanta played the game properly.
Oh yeah, they popped off. He's always been that kind of like high OPS kind of guy.
Right.
And honestly, if I'm signing Eddie Rosario, I'm kind of on the same boat. Like I'm expecting an everyday outfielder.
Yes. I think so, man. I do think so. Like
he doesn't have the pop. He did have some pop in 2019, but I'm not expecting pop. I'm kind of expecting everyday role.
Yeah, it's definitely not. He's not a dart throw. That's for damn sure.
No, for sure.
I'm trying to convince myself that he's an all-star, but I don't think he's all-star either.
No.
You know, like I think that he is like top-end everyday player.
I'd say like right behind Soler because I like the pop of Soler. You know, he's got that.
I do like the batting average better of Eddie Rosario and like the on base a little more. Like they're different types of players here. Like. Different types of players. But I think they're both kind of in the same range. I think so.
Yeah.
Clayton freaking Kershaw, man. This one is interesting, folks.
All right.
Also, if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. We would appreciate it.
So, obviously, we know Clayton Kershaw is an absolutely stud of a human and a player. Last year, though, look at this.
Right.
ERA is a little bit elevated, but I'm not too concerned.
No.
Are you expecting him to go back to this?
So frankly, my only concern with Clayton Kershaw, and it all started when the Dodgers didn't give him a qualifying offer, and it's because they're concerned about the injury. And if they're concerned, then that does make me kind of concerned.
Right.
At the same point, we have to remember who this is, who we're talking about right now.
MVP, 3-time Cy Young.
Yes, I mean, it's like
not too far removed.
Totally. I think that if the injury was a non-factor, if the Dodgers had given him a qualifying offer, there's no injury concerns, then I would say that he's a superstar.
I agree, but I think he's an all-star.
Yes, I think that with those concerns involved, I don't think we can put him superstar anymore. It has to be an all-star here.
Like I think he is. I think he has the upside if he comes back healthy. I think I am no way going to be shocked if he puts up like a 2.73 next year.
No, like literally the only caveat here, is injury.
And
if you're healthy,
fact that he literally didn't.
And take a look at that. As somebody just asked, Del Kermis was like, "What was his FIP?" Well, his FIP was 3. That's really right good. On the dot. That's really good. Very solid for FIP because typically FIP doesn't really go a whole lot lower than 3. Yeah, it's like if you have like a 3 FIP, you're laughing. So
that's really good, actually.
Yeah, so I think he's all-star. I do think he's all-star.
I think he's like top end of the all-star because like as soon as he has he has like 3 good outings in the beginning of 2021.
It's Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw's here to get you.
You're a superstar now again.
You're a superstar.
I'm not expecting him to drop off at all either.
Not if he's fully healthy.
Yeah,
Not if he's fully healthy.
All right, we got the third Atlanta Brave and World Series champion, Jacques Patterson. Jacques Patterson. Now, I feel like I already know what I'm gonna say he is, but we always want to refer to the numbers because we don't look at all the players all the time. But Jacques Patterson here. Again, when he got traded to Atlanta, he did about what he expected.
Right.
752.
Right.
OPS. Average 238. I'm not that impressed, to be honest.
No, I've never been fully impressed with Jacques Patterson, to be completely honest.
Now, granted, 2018, 2019 were exceptional years.
They were pretty really good. They were pretty damn good
with LA. But for right now, this dude is now 29. He's still not. No,
I think that Jacques Patterson is an everyday player.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like I think that he's too good to be a dart throw, but he's also not good enough to be an all-star.
Yeah.
So you're an everyday player.
Yeah, as of the last 2 years, he's just been everyday player caliber.
He's been a guy, and it's like again, he's literally the same sort of makeup of Jorge Solis. Look at that career, so he's got a 232 batting average, but the OPS is almost touching 800, and that's because he likes to slug.
Yep.
He does slug quite a bit, so, if you can slug, then you're good.
I like that. So I just want to shout out Brock Bennett. Hey, Del Carmus. Also, shout out everybody in the chat.
What's up, everyone?
If you're all here, let yourself be known in the chat.
Yeah,
we're just kind of going through this. And feel free to give your opinions as we're going along.
Yeah, and where you think they're going to go, what they're going to do.
Yeah, what do you think they are? Man. Let us know.
Let us know.
All right, we're almost halfway through. We have a pretty even distribution in the middle.
Yeah, actually. We're not really, we haven't seen any superstars. We haven't seen any pieces of trash fire yet.
Well, we got Colin McHugh up next. And Colin McHugh is a reliever.
Colin McHugh, eh?
Yeah, and he pitched for the Tampa Bay Rays, and I believe he got traded to the Houston Astros. If I'm not mistaken, I saw him wearing an Astros jersey when I looked him up online. Is that even how you spell his name?
Don't think
nope.
so.
Colin?
What?
Is that how you spell Colin? It's a 2 L's. I think it's 2 L's, actually. Oh, that's 3. Yes, it's 2 L's.
There you go.
My bad.
Two L's. Who the hell spells their name with 2 L's?
Don't know.
Colin, I hate your parents, man.
But if we look at Colin McHugh, he's had a up and down year as a reliever.
Wow, that's been a roller coaster.
Oh, he used to pitch for Houston, then he pitched for Tampa Bay
that's
last
been a bit of a roller coaster there.
But last year with Tampa Bay, granted, Tampa Bay
know
how to do the numbers.
Last year was very good.
1.55 out of the pen.
Yeah. He will be 35, it looks like. Coming in 35
he's a bit older. 3.77 ERA. Do I expect him to do 1.55 again? No. Because if you look at the track record, he doesn't do it very consistently.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. He's a weird one because it looks like he has 1 year on and then 1 year off, and then 1 year on and 1 year off, and it's like.
And he's 35, so he's.
I almost want to say dart.
I almost want to say dart. You're hoping the dart hits on the on
year, but you can't be you basically have you're flipping a coin here. It could be a high 4 ERA, or it could be a 2.
Yeah.
For all you know. So I think that has to be dart. It feels kind of
a pretty big dart.
It feels wrong because he pitched so well last year.
Yeah.
But I'm still not. I guess the track record makes it so I'm still not convinced.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's the track record, it's the age, and the fact that he pitched it with Tampa Bay, and if he's going away from Tampa Bay, we know how well they handle their pitching staff over there. So, yeah, I'll say dart throw. He's a dart throw to me. In 1 year, let's see what we can get from this guy.
Yeah, Del Carmus is saying that 74 Ks and only 12 walks. That is exceptional.
It's really good.
It's just I don't think he's going to do that again. I don't think he's going to do that.
We don't know, and that's why. I think he might. That's why it's a dart throw.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, right. We're going dart throw. I've convinced myself. God damn it.
All right, another relief pitcher here, Ryan Tepera, who's also getting up there in the age, former Blue Jay.
Ryan freaking Tepera, eh?
Yeah, Ryan Tepera. He got traded from the Cubs. He went to the South Side.
How old are you? You're 34 right now. All right, that's chill.
And if you look at him, look at his career, it's been
okay.
It's
been more consistent than Colin McHugh. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely.
You kind of. I feel like I understand. Oh wait. No, not really.
He had that one blip here with our last year in Toronto. Then we let him go.
Right.
Get a tiny bit better.
Okay,
and then,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3.48 ERA. The FIP is it's kind of high.
This is interesting one. What do we got on Ryan Tepera, guys?
Because what are we expecting? Look, the projection here is 3.84.
I feel like they're always a little bit like conservative with their projections. Like I feel like
I don't know. This one's hard to honestly.
One's really hard, you know.
Because let's talk about dart throw. Because it's like, what are you throwing the dart for? You're hoping to get like a mid.
You know, like a mid threes, a low 3, like a high 2, like that's like best case scenario. You know, it's like if he repeats what he did last year, like has he found something in his late years, or are we not gonna do super well? This one's tough.
And it's like, but tough. I do expect him to be like a 3.48 on average.
Okay, you know what makes me feel a little bit better? Go back. Makes me feel a little bit better is in 2019, he only pitched 21.2 innings.
Okay.
And in 2020, he only pitched 20.2 innings, whereas last year he pitched 61.1. So I mean, we definitely got more bang for our buck last year than in those 2 previous years. So
for me, maybe he's like an everyday low end.
I think he's like low end every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you want like I really do think it's like you sign him, you're hoping for the everyday, but there is potential here that injuries and other stuff come to him.
Underperformance age, all that. But I think so. You sign him, you're like, okay, you're now a depth piece in our bullpen.
Yeah, you're an everyday bullpen guy, I think, and I think we've talked about it before. It's like we'd be cool with getting a Ryan Tepera.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, if it's an everyday freaking player, we need more everyday players in our bullpen because our bullpen is full with dart throws.
Absolutely.
You know? So,
absolutely. Del Kermis, or Gianluca here saying Tepera above dart. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah, that's where we're tossing them. We're tossing them right there above the dart.
Ooh, we got Angelton Simmons up next. Now, this one might be our first.
I think I know where this guy's going.
Yes,
I know where this guy's going.
Yes, agreed.
Angelton Simmons was a guy that, and I specifically freaking remember this, we were talking about how we wanted him last year.
Yeah.
It was last year. We were talking about middle infielders who we thought could like do it for us.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh yeah, Angelton Simmons has upside.
Because look, if you look at 2020, he was like 297 average with 702. So okay, like he's good defensively. He's
I think we were talking about him as a nice cheap dart throw with good defense.
Yeah.
You know, we were wrong though.
We were wrong.
Wow. And it was a bad year last year for Angelton Simmons.
In terms of the bat, at least, because if you look at the defense is about what he's doing.
Defense is good.
Yeah,
976 for shortstop fielding percentage. That's very good.
Yeah.
However, it simply doesn't matter when you have an OPS that's that bad.
Yeah.
You know, like what is all those numbers there? Like we had a 223. We had a 274 slugging.
That's bad.
We had a that's like a good average.
Yeah.
That's like a good batting average. And that was your slugging.
Oh, a 274? Oh, God. Yeah, wow.
That was his slugging.
The slugging is less than the on base.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
The slugging was literally like a good batting average.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I think we have to put him trash, man.
I'm going, and I know some people those defensive nuts out there might be offended by this, but I don't think the bat is worth it. In the modern day of baseball, if you're not a good bat, you're not a good player. So you got to be
for those offensive numbers, I need like 100% fielding.
Yeah, you need to be an absolute wizard.
Yes, yeah. Like you're turning plays that like you have like 110% fielding because you're turning plays that like it's impossible to turn.
It's impossible.
You know, it's like it wouldn't even be called an error or anything. Like you're making stuff happen that just doesn't happen.
Yeah. So and we needed some trash fire, so you can.
Yeah, somebody's got to be there. So sorry, buddy, it's got to be you.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Next on this list is Albert Pujols. I put this guy here. He's not a top free agent, but I thought it'd be funny to see where we'd put this man.
Oh, boy.
As he is 41.
Wow. Look at those career numbers,
what a
man.
guy. Oh, he's
incredible career numbers, and like the recent ones, not so good, but
yeah,
geez.
Ooh, he is. Ooh.
I can't do it, man. I can't. I feel like it's wrong. I feel like it's wrong to put him where we're both thinking about putting him.
I know.
It's not right.
Well, okay, because here's the thing. What's the dart throw? Oh, it's the one above. We're thinking about trash fire. Okay? So if you're asking for a dart throw, what are you hoping? He does this again? Like, that's all I'm hoping. That's all I think his ceiling is, that he does a 700 OPS again.
I know.
That's it.
I know. I understand, man.
I understand.
It's just like
he might not even be signed. He might not even be signed.
I know. I feel like it's like disrespectful.
I know.
I feel like I'm like if I put him there, I'm just like I'm disrespecting a great.
I know. But okay, so is he an everyday player?
No, definitely not, man.
But what are you throwing the dart at?
I get it. I understand the logic, Adam.
I know.
So we need a sixth category called retirement.
Yeah,
that's where he belongs. It's like,
I know. Whoever watched this video was like, "You put balls in trash."
Yeah.
But guys, this whole time that we've been making this tier maker, we've been looking at the most recent years, and if we're looking at the most recent years, this is not good.
Yeah, no, it's very bad. Like a
239.
What did he do with LA?
With Dodgers. LA, he hit a 759 OPS.
Hey, there's the dart. You know, that's the dart, I guess.
Well, do you want to put low-end dart throw?
Okay, well, I'll be completely honest. I do believe he is trash fire at this point in his career.
I don't think, honestly.
It has, like I know in my heart that is the case. It feels wrong, like, throwing a Hall of Famer there, though.
Yeah.
You know?
I know what you mean.
Like, out of respect, I want to put him low-end dart. Just literally
I agree.
Out of respect.
And, hey, you know what? The argument can be made that, he plays like he did in L.A.
The argument could be made. You know? The argument could be made.
All right. So, everyone, that's the reason why he's there.
That's the reason, yeah.
That's the reason.
Exactly. But if there was a sixth category called retirement, that's where he belongs.
All right. So, speaking of, players, because we're talking about them.
We are talking about players right now, buddy.
We don't have any superstars, but this list, it randomly puts them in. I didn't put it in this order.
I thought you were doing this on purpose.
No,
okay.
It randomly did it. These are the superstars coming up. So
it looks like we've saved the best for last year, folks, just out of the luck of the draw. So
Trevor Story's next.
Now, this one is interesting because I'm not convinced just by my thinking of him that he's a superstar, but let's see if I can convince myself.
Because we look at 2021, 801 OPS. He was pretty solid in 2022. The homers. Look at the homers over his career. The homers really dropped for him, especially in Coors Field. That is really low for the homers. Right. So I do think he could easily be a superstar next year.
Yeah.
We missed out on it. We missed out on it last year, but I think bouncing back is no problem. I still think this guy's one of the best in the game, though.
I think we got to qualify superstar because I'll be honest, I expect from Trevor Story next year, if everything goes according to plan with him, 270 on the dot batting average, a 330 on base, and maybe a I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I pretty much expect exactly what they're projecting his slash line to be. With a few more homers,
With a few more homers,
OPS like 830 or 835. That's what I'm expecting out of Trevor Story. Is that superstar?
No, I think superstar for me, it's you are... in terms of, if I were to give it a number, you got to be high 800 OPS. You got to be like Marcus Semien last year. Obviously Guerrero. You got to be the top at your position superstar. When I add you to a team, the face of this organization has just changed.
Yes.
Where Trevor Story, I think maybe he could do that. I think absolutely he has the potential to, if he gets signed, let's say, I know Detroit took Javier Baez, but let's say he went over to the Mariners, for example,
right,
and became that superstar again. I think that could totally impact it, but maybe high all-star.
I think high all-star because I'm looking at Clayton Kershaw there, and we put Clayton Kershaw in all-star, and I don't think we can actively put Trevor Story in superstar and have Clayton Kershaw in all-star.
Right, I agree. Okay, so high all-star.
High all-star for Trevor Story, guys. Let us know what you think about that one. If you think he's a superstar or just an all-star.
Now, guys,
I do believe we're going to have our first one here, though.
Yes,
I think we're both in agreement that this guy, the next one, Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
I think he's got to be superstar. We'll pull up the numbers.
Yeah, we don't even. Yeah, we just want you guys to see. Like, we know this MVP, 5-time All-Star, World Series Gold Glove, 3-time Silver Slugger.
This is a superstar.
This guy has been a superstar. 893 OPS his whole career.
This is a superstar.
This is without a doubt a superstar.
This is a superstar.
Yeah, and any team that grabs Freddie Freeman, that's why we're so scared of the Yankees grabbing him, because you are adding him to a group of superstars of like Judge and Stanton. If you can count those guys,
it's like if you sign him to a 5-year deal, then I expect at least 2 of those years he will be an All-Star, maybe 3, maybe even 4 of them. Yeah, it's like you've set a floor for yourself of excellence. Yeah, that's like really good, And
look at that. Like obviously 13, 14 All-Star, 18, 19 All-Star. There was no All-Star game in 2020, and then 21 All-Star.
Yeah, because he won MVP in 2020, so he would be All-Star if he would. Yeah. Well, actually, that's not true because Bryce Harper did not get an All-Star, but he won MVP.
Oh, yeah,
that's the stupidest thing in the world. How do you not make this guy? They made fucking Mike Trout, who wasn't even playing,
an All-Star. It's because of the fan votes. It's so dumb.
It's the fan votes, dude. It's the fan votes. Bryce Harper was popping off. He didn't get an All-Star. I love Bryce Harper. I was very upset about that. I voted for him. Yeah. Anyways, next one.
Carlos Correa.
Carlos Correa.
Now, this guy is interesting, too. He's supposed to get paid like a superstar next year. He's 27. He's in the prime of this guy's career. He had a great year last year. At 5th in MVP, won a Golden Glove, won Rookie of the Year. Did he win a Platinum Glove? Yeah, he won Platinum Glove as well last year.
Platinum gloves.
279 batting average, OPS of 850. Great year. Now, this is the first year that he's been really healthy.
Right.
Like, he was healthy, obviously, in 2020. They didn't play that many games. Hurt here, a little bit hurt here, but hurt here. But this is the first year, kind of like Corey Seager, where he's healthy. And he put up a great year.
Yeah.
Now, is he a superstar with an 837 OPS? 26 homers.
I feel like he has to be. Because if you also go back to, it's like there's multiple years there of like 900 plus OPS, over 300 batting average, like lots of home runs, lots of production. He is elite defensively, obviously we're very far removed, but he won Rookie of the Year. Like I feel like this guy's whole career, he's been talked about as being a superstar. And I mean, because he's only 27,
it's gonna get better.
Yeah, like
and
we're
if he
not
stays healthy too.
Yeah, it's like I remember back in the day, dude. Like Bryce Harper got talked about as being injury prone, and now it's like he kind of got through it. He got through that phase. And now it's been like consecutive years of like dominance. I can very easily see like we're just entering that for Carlos Correa. If you sign him to, a 8-year deal or something, like I think this is the face of your franchise.
I agree. I think he's a superstar. I think he's a little bit less than Freddie Freeman, obviously, because Freddie Freeman's been doing it. But I agree. Like this guy is a superstar, absolutely, from here on.
Yeah, for sure.
Carlos Rodon now, another pitcher. Now this guy's interesting as heck.
This is totally interesting. Yeah, this one's a neat one.
Carlos Rodon, if my thing wants to load. Rodon, here we go.
There we go.
So this guy had a breakout year last year at 28 years old. 28 is pretty good for a pitcher to break out. The FIP was nice, 265. He was up there. Cy Young,
excellent
fifth.
whip.
Excellent whip. All-star appearance.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about this guy? What do you expect him to do next year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we always say like how much we want Rodon, but like what do we expect him to do?
It's like I feel like I had to see just a little bit more to put him in the All-Star category. Because I'm looking at the guys right now in the All-Star category, and every single one of them has more to their resume than Carlos Rodon does. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be good, but it's hard for me to actively put him in the same tier as some of those guys, knowing that, we've only had 130 good innings.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Like, would you put Alek Manoah in an All-Star?
No, but the reason why I'd put him as an everyday right now, but the reason why I'm leaning more towards All-Stars because like he like did it and like really did it, and he did it for like 100 and. So he did get injured a little bit here.
Yes, yeah. He did it for
and he was an all-star last year.
He was.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
And like I do think like he can do it again. So like I'm like borderline like all-star for me.
Right. Yeah. This one's it's tough, man. It is. It is really difficult, folks. What do you think?
Hey, Simon just says every day.
Simon says every day. Like,
and like I do think that it's at least he's an everyday.
Yeah. Like if he's every day, I think he's right at the top end of every day.
Yeah.
But I'm struggling to put him in the same tier as like a Kershaw and a Story and a Cruz and a Schwarber.
I agree. Like I don't think they're the same tier.
No. You know, we're like I feel like he's more in line with a Soler and a Rosario. And I wouldn't be surprised if like he put up a high 3 next year.
Yeah.
Or, like he could totally toss a low 3,
Yeah. He's got to prove it. Like these guys are obviously well more proven than Carlos Rodon.
Yeah, so high, like top of every day though, like a little bit more, and then all-star, And that's why we want him on the team because I feel like he could definitely do it. Yeah,
he could.
Got to do it one more year to all-star status, says Simon. I think we're in agreement on that one. Yeah.
Now, Kris Bryant, this mother effer is solid. Now, I feel like I already know.
Superstar for the Blue Jays!
Yeah. We already know where this guy's going. 29. He's already won an MVP, Rookie of the Year, four-time All-Star.
Yeah. The career numbers are exceptional.
All-Star last year.
Yeah, no real dropout. Like, it's like we're doing very good work here, Kris Bryant. I expect this to continue.
Yeah.
For time.
Yeah.
I think Kris Bryant is a superstar. Like, when you look at that resume, that's the type of resume I got to see for all-star status. You know? If we put Carlos Correa there, we have to put Kris Bryant.
Absolutely. And, like, I know, like, one person made an argument, like why they didn't want Kris Bryant.
What was the argument?
The argument is that he actually has been getting worse over his career. So, like, he started out 861, second half 788.
Right.
And, like, I hear that, but he's still 29 in the prime of his career. I still think he's going to put up another exceptional superstar year.
Yeah. Like, I do understand what they're saying, but I don't know. I'm really not concerned. And getting worse. Like, what did he finish with last year? Like an 835 OPS with 25 homers. He had like lots of production. Is that worse? Like I'm not concerned if that's worse.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like if Freddie Freeman tossed up a year like that, we wouldn't be concerned about it. We'd just be like, oh, okay, like a little bit of a down year, but still like we're gonna be right back there at least next year with potential for more. So I think Kris Bryant's elite still.
I agree. Next on our list is Anthony Rizzo. Now, this one, I feel like I already have a bias to what I want to say it is.
Me as well.
So last year, he only put up a 7, only for Anthony Rizzo's standpoint, a 783 OPS, but the career is an 850. He has been, like in his career, that is superstar.
Yeah.
But if you look at 2020, fell off a little bit. 2021, a little bit underperformed, to be honest. For me, I feel like the last couple of years grants him like a higher end all-star.
Yes.
But like he could if he can get back to his ways of superstar. He is 32 now, granted. So yeah, he's been a superstar for a good chunk of his career.
I look at him in the same kind of vein that we're looking at Trevor Story and Clayton Kershaw right now. Like I think he's in that range. Like these guys are quality guys, and there's like maybe like one knock on them. Like there's one knock on them, but like would I be surprised if Anthony Rizzo came out and just started like tearing up the league again? Like absolutely not. Same with Kershaw, same for Story. Like it feels like those three guys are in their own little subcategory right now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like if you really compare all these guys, they could tear up the league,
Absolutely.
I feel like Kenley Jansen's the one guy maybe that like there is questions.
Sure, yeah,
but so there's questions with these guys too.
There's like a mild knock on all of them, and that's why they're not in superstar.
Yeah.
But like no knock to Anthony Rizzo whatsoever as a player. Like he's been amazing his whole career. So yeah, he deserves all-star status at least. Like you're gonna be very happy if you sign him on your team.
Oh yeah. And now Nicholas Castellanos, who elected free agency this year, and this guy, 3 years ago, I would have said this guy is like a nice, solid, everyday player, could be all-star. Like, that's the kind of career he's had.
Yeah.
What am I looking up? Nicholas
What the heck? Maybe with a K?
Castellanos. Oh, it's just Nick. Okay.
There you go.
So Nicholas Castellanos. Look at this. He's been incredible. Last year, 939 OPS. He MVP, 12th in voting, Silver Slugger, All-Star. The year before, we can write off that year. But when he got traded to Chicago, 1,000 OPS, 863, 854, 811. This is where I was talking about where he was like becoming into his prime.
Yeah.
Really hit it. And we can write off 2020, and he is really hitting his prime right now.
This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one because initially I was thinking All-Star.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing that positive regression, and I'm seeing that from about 2016 onwards. You could argue that he's been a superstar.
Yeah, 853 OPS.
You can make a strong argument that he's been a superstar.
Batting 286.
Yeah, like across the board, everything there.
Yeah.
Like it's a low-end superstar.
It's a low-end superstar, but I think like he's coming into it. He's coming into his prime. And like you could. I'm not going to make a direct comparison, but when I look at someone like Anthony Rodon, for example, who like was good and gradually got even better until he signed a big deal with the LA Angels, seeing a lot of similarities right here. Not direct comparisons, but a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
So I would say he's a low-end superstar right now.
I think he is, man. I didn't expect myself to like want to put him there.
Yeah.
But I feel like that feels right.
Yeah, he is. He is the guy on the free agent market for outfielders. He's
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Damn. Okay, good for you, Nick Castellanos. I got my eye on you, big guy.
All right.
Last but not least, everybody, the other outfielder on this list, we got Michael Conforto, I was really disappointed with what Michael Conforto put up last year because I was on the Michael Conforto train.
And why wouldn't you? Look at his 2020 and 927 had a
and
great,
the 2019 was exceptional.
Even look at this year in 2017.
And not like 2018's bad either, right?
No.
Like take a look at that. Like everything about this guy has been really good in his career. Except last year,
right?
And this recency bias, which is bringing me down on him. Like, what do you think about Conforto?
I do believe that Conforto is an all-star in a sense because look at the Mets in general last year. Their offense was so bad.
It felt like that whole team was just plagued with something.
Something was wrong.
No one like other than DeGrom. Yeah. Everybody was bad.
Yeah.
It's like everyone was underperformed. Like something, it was like a disease going on in that locker room. And everyone, like maybe Conforto just needs a change. He's going to be 29. I still feel like really confident about him. Yeah, I think I don't expect him to throw up a 729 OPS again. I do not expect him to bet 232. I think he's going to bounce back.
Yeah, I agree. So with that being said, I'd put him over here in the all-star category, maybe on the lower end.
I think so, too.
I think he should. Yeah. That's what he should be.
Yes, I think, it's like at this point, it's like whenever we look at players, like Carlos Rodon, for instance, I need to see another year of elite from Rodon to put him in the all-star category. I think I need to see another year of bad from Conforto to drop him just based on his resume,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were talking about before about all these guys in all-star categories have a little blip, whether it be injury, age, underperformances. This was an underperformance. If you just eliminate last year and we just look at the career, his career now definitely goes up. It's an 843 OPS.
Yeah.
That is an all-star.
Yeah. Everything about this is great. A good player. So, I mean, we're not allowed to just write off years or anything, but at the same point, we got to take some stuff with a grain of salt. You're put on notice, Conforto. You got to notice, big guy. Be careful. You're on the precipice right now. A good year, and you're back in everyone's good books. A bad year, and now you've lost your status completely. But I cannot bring him out of the All-Star quite yet.
I agree. All right, guys. So that is our MLB free agents that are still remaining rankings in 2022.
Yeah.
We want to know what you guys think about our list. Do you think that this was the right rankings? Let me just show you one more time.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take a look at it right here. I mean, I think it's pretty good. Like, if you look at every
Any surprises to you, man?
I
feel like this is accurate.
This is pretty accurate.
I feel like this is a really good tier, actually.
I actually, like, this is probably one of my favorites that we've done.
I don't want to, suck myself off here or anything, but, I feel like we did a damn good job.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, and, we really tried to make them where it's, like, the farthest on the left are, like, the upper tier, and the farthest on the right are the lower tier within that tier. So I do like it.
No, I think this is a damn good list right here, if I do say so myself. So, no, this is a good one, guys. We actually, we were talking about it earlier today. We were going to get into where we think they're going. Yeah. We didn't. So I guess that will be another live that's coming pretty soon, and we'll talk about where we think all the top guys are going to go. Maybe not 24 of them, because that would take
a long time. Probably just the top guys.
But maybe the top 10 or so. We'll break down where we think they're all going to land and stuff like that. And yeah, man, this was a lot of fun.
Guys, thank you all for tuning in. Davey Boy, Daryl Adams. He's asking, are you guys going to do any hockey?
We actually haven't done any other sports yet. That's so true, man.
Maybe,
it's like
maybe sometime soon.
Could be sometime soon, actually. I mean, the lockout. We've been asking what we want to do during this lockout, and we're gonna be doing more lives like this. This coming Thursday, we're going to be doing a MLB The Show live. We're actually gonna be playing some gameplay. That's gonna be a lot of fun with the team that we made last time. Tomorrow we got a Josh Donaldson podcast, and on Friday we're gonna do the Wine on Wine. But I mean, one day soon, getting a live going on the hockey could be very fun.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, man. And go Jays, go!